The train was about to depart. My fiancé, Jake Wilson, blocked our path insistently, determined to wait for Amanda Moore, the entitled princess who was washing her face by the river. This was the last train to the state-owned textile mill. If we missed it, we'd be stuck in the countryside. At the final moment before the train moved, I gritted my teeth and signaled to our group to haul Jake onto the train. We managed to enter the factory and become proud textile workers. But Amanda missed the recruitment, forced to stay in the village and marry a widowed farmer. She had 2 children in 3 years. During her last childbirth, she died in a difficult labor. After her death, she was even given an arranged posthumous marriage. Jake showed no emotion on the surface, but on our wedding night, he choked me with a rope, his eyes bloodshot. He hissed venomously, "It's all your vicious heart that cost Amanda the chance to work in the city. She suffered so much in life, how dare you live well?" When I opened my eyes again, I was back at the moment the train was about to depart, watching Jake's back as he stared toward the river. I let go of his hand. This time, let him reap what he sowed. What's your hurry? Rushing to your graves? Anyway, I hold all the acceptance letters. Try getting on the train without them. Jake stood with a defiant jaw, feigning indignation. But without the acceptance letters, we couldn't even board the train. Hearing the argument, I felt dazed. The despair and terror of death still hung over me. Under the scorching sun, several young men in our group argued fiercely with Jake. Someone tried to grab the letters. Jake's face contorted into a sinister grin, a matchstick between his fingers. "Push me further, and I'll burn these letters. No one gets to go." Everyone turned pale with fear. Getting a factory job in the city was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in our time. "Jake, are you insane? Wait for Amanda if you want. Why drag us down?" "Yeah. Give us back the letters." Amid the accusations, Jake remained unmoved. His eyes turned cold and menacing. As someone lunged forward, he struck the match. "Come closer, and we'll all go to hell together." Everyone froze. No one dared move. Jake snarled, "You're all so selfish. We're from the same village. Practically family. How can you abandon Amanda? Amanda's letter is with me too. What would happen to her if we left?" As the mayor's son, Jake held some authority in the village. Before our journey, the mayor had entrusted the letters to him, and we'd agreed to let him keep them. Now, everyone regretted it deeply. Someone tugged at me. "Lila, go talk to your fiancé. If we wait longer, we'll miss the train." I lowered my eyes. When had Jake ever listened to me? The only person he'd ever cared about was Amanda Moore. My father had been a war hero. The day I was born, news of his death arrived. My mother, overwhelmed, died in childbirth. I was raised by my grandfather until he passed away too. Then I was taken in by the mayor's family. To outsiders, the Wilsons seemed kind for adopting an orphan like me. But after dying once, I saw the truth. The Wilsons had taken me in to seize my inheritance, our family home, land, and the war hero's orphan pension. Jake eyed me coldly. "What? Lila? You want to stop me too?" "No. You're right. We shouldn't abandon Amanda," I lied, hiding my hatred. Our peers immediately protested. "Lila, be reasonable. Don't take his side just because he's your fiancé." "Yeah, can you take responsibility if we miss this chance?" Their scolding only made Jake sneer. He glared at them. "Shut up. My dad fought to get you these spots. Complain more, and none of you go." Jake waved the letters, smug and taunting. Noticing my silence, he added, "Lila knows better than you. Take her example." I scoffed inwardly. Jake loved to take credit. The factory spots had nothing to do with the Wilsons. Most of us were children of war heroes or families with significant public service sacrifices. Only Jake and Amanda had gotten in through connections, my father's. To be exact. Jake, as the hero's future son-in-law, had been granted a spot by the committee. Amanda had claimed to be my father's goddaughter, with the mayor vouching for her. In my past life, I'd stayed silent. This time, things would be different. The sun baked the earth, everything scorching hot. In the distance, the train's whistle shrieked like a death knell. One of our group, Mike Johnson, cracked. His father, a coal miner, had died in a mine collapse to secure this opportunity for him. Jake, give me the damn letters. Mike lunged forward. Jake stepped back, struck another match. Screech. The flame neared the manila envelope, just as the paper's edge began to char. Jakey, here I am. Amanda trotted over, rolling up her jeans, her pale face flushed. She even pulled out a compact mirror to primp before us. Undeterred by our glares, she smirked. What's the rush? Trains don't grow wings. Jake quickly tucked the match away, offering her the envelope like a trophy. Now we can all go to the city together. Mike clenched his fists, seething, as Amanda took the envelope. Her fingers lingered on Jake's hand, and she winked at him. How had I been so blind before? These two had been sneaking around behind my back all along. I'd actually believed their just brother-sister act. The train whistle blared again. Mike snatched the envelope and shouted, "What are you waiting for? Run!" We bolted toward the train. Jake held Amanda's hand as they ran. Passing me, Amanda pretended to notice me for the first time. Lee. Why so slow? Still mad at Jakey? Trying to sabotage us? Mad about what? I said coolly. But luck wasn't with us. The train doors slammed shut. As it pulled away, the world grew eerily quiet. My voice, calm as still water, broke the silence. I haven't visited my grandfather's grave yet. Maybe this train wasn't meant for us. The train vanished, its rumble fading. Some girls began to sob. Mike and the others stared at Jake, livid. Someone grabbed Jake's collar. You piece of shit, happy now? And you, Amanda, had to primp. Didn't you? Your face too ugly to show unwashed. Amanda paled, shrinking behind Jake. I didn't mean to. Jake Wilson glared at me venomously. Lila! Stop with the sarcasm, no one wanted this to happen. Sarcasm? I laughed. The sound echoed eerily on the empty platform. Mike even turned on me. Lila, your fiancé caused this, don't you bear some responsibility? Yeah. We trusted you to let Jake hold the letters. Their fury needed an outlet. I nodded. I understood their irrationality and wouldn't provoke them now. Meanwhile, Jake had already taken several punches from the guys. He stayed tough, not uttering a sound. But when Amanda was shoved by some girls, Jake snapped. He pulled a pair of scissors from his pocket. Snarling, "Lay a hand on her, and I'll gut you." At his deranged look, the group finally calmed. Amanda wept dramatically, nestling into Jake's arms. As he soothed her, he barked at us. Relax. Even if we missed the train, I'll find another way to get you to the city. Hope lit up everyone's faces. Jake smirked confidently. A military convoy passes through here in a few days. With our acceptance letters, they'll let us tag along. That's when I knew for sure Jake had been reborn too. In my past life, there had been such a convoy. Amanda had tried to hitch a ride then, but she'd lacked a letter. Someone murmured, "How do you know? My dad's the mayor. Is it weird he hears things?" Jake tilted his chin up, wiping blood from his lip. Plus, The South Southern Military District Commander is an old buddy of my dad's. Just drop his name, they won't say no. Hope surged again. Some even started buttering Jake up. Only Mike refused to back down. Don't get cocky. We wouldn't need the army if you hadn't messed things up. Jake shot him a cold look. Amanda pouted. Her tone sickly sweet but threatening. Mike. Don't you want to go to the city anymore? Mike turned red. Speechless with rage. I chimed in with a smile. The military has a mission. They might not let us approach. Amanda flinched, instinctively grabbing Jake's hand. Jake glared at me. Murderous. Stop spouting nonsense. Quit raining on our parade. We'll see, I said with a half-smile, turning back toward the village. The sun stretched my shadow long. In my past life, I tried so hard to drag Jake out of the countryside, never realizing he'd been manipulating me all along. This time, they'd taste what it meant to suffer. Back in the village, I caught the mayor yelling in his yard. Seeing me, he frowned. Lila? Why are you back? We missed the train, I said flatly. The mayor's face paled. He dropped his hoe and sprinted toward the station. Watching his back, I scoffed. This time, Jake and Amanda wouldn't be going anywhere. My first move was mailing a letter to cancel my engagement to Jake. I detailed everything, his obsession with Amanda, her fake goddaughter lie about my father, all of it. 2 days later, the day before the convoy arrived, I got a reply. It stated they'd investigate thoroughly and revoke Jake and Amanda's spots if my claims were true. Satisfied, I burned the letter. By the flickering candlelight, my face shone with vindication. We gathered at the station as planned. Under the scorching sun, the train tracks gleamed blindingly white. People paced anxiously on the platform. Amanda leaned on Jake's shoulder, shooting me a taunting smile. Lee. Why ignore me? Still mad at Jakey? Keep it up. And he might leave you behind. I stared at her coldly. She'd stolen her spot using my father's name and now had the audacity to gloat. Jake sneered at me. Stop scheming, or you can leave right now. I laughed bitterly. So arrogant, for now. I wondered how they'd react when they learned their spots were gone. I'm not going anywhere. I have my acceptance letter. You. Jake's gaze turned icy. Amanda twirled her hair, feigning innocence. Lee. Don't upset Jakey. Women should be gentle, men are our providers. After all. She pressed closer to Jake. The picture of a delicate damsel. I couldn't resist retorting. Even President Roosevelt said, women hold up half the sky. Are you disagreeing with a great leader? Amanda went pale. That was a charge she couldn't afford to face. Tension thickened. The others watched like it was a show. Jake shot me a warning look, then gently wiped Amanda's sweat, a gesture so intimate it made everyone uneasy. In this era, even married couples rarely showed such public affection. Jake stared me down, his eyes blazing. Insult Amanda again, and when I talk to the commander, I'll make sure he reconsiders your spot. I laughed out loud. Did Jake actually believe his own lies? Before he could finish, a military green truck rolled into view. Everyone perked up, waving and shouting. Gone was Amanda's fragility. She straightened up and raced forward faster than anyone. Jake followed close behind. I lingered at the edge, watching them shove past Mike and others to reach an officer. Sir, we missed the train. Jake held out the letters. My father's an old friend of your commander. These are all war heroes' kids, let us ride with you. He emphasized war heroes' kids, shooting me a threatening glance. He feared I'd expose him. Before the officer could respond, Amanda chimed in, tearful. My father was John Smith. He died in the war. We have our letters. Please let us join you. For my father's sake. Her performance was so convincing, if you didn't know better, you'd swear John Smith was her real dad. The group glanced at me. Two outsiders. She was indeed my father's goddaughter. Though disgusted, no one spoke up now. John Smith was your father? The officer's eyes lit up. Amanda nodded, tears clinging to her lashes, though a flicker of calculation crossed her eyes. Jake stood behind her, chin raised, confident they'd won. Yes, she sniffled. I grew up on his stories. I've dreamed of seeing the city where he's buried. It was true, my father hadn't been buried at home. He rested in the military cemetery with his comrades. The crowd murmured emotionally. Some soldiers wiped their eyes, moved by Amanda's devotion. The officer saluted her solemnly. Just then, I finally spoke. Amanda, are you really John Smith's daughter? Amanda's face paled, instinctively clutching the acceptance letters. Jake stepped in front of her, glaring at me furiously. Lila, stop being unreasonable. Is this the time to be jealous? The lead officer eyed Amanda skeptically. She shot me a venomous look before reluctantly saying, I'm not John's biological daughter. I'm his goddaughter. Jake seized the opportunity to pull out the mayor's forged certificate. Sir, this is an official letter from our mayor. Please check it. Some peers chimed in. Yeah. Amanda got her spot as a war hero's goddaughter, we all know that. Just let us board. Please. Amanda grew up close to the Smith family. It's true. But in reality, Amanda had never been close to my family, only to Jake. I wasn't surprised by the group's behavior. They disliked Amanda but feared her downfall might jeopardize their own chances. The officer frowned. He reviewed my documents, then turned solemn. Ma'am, please board the vehicle. Jake tried to snap at me, but the officer cut him off. I've never heard of John Smith having a goddaughter, the officer said. Jake and Amanda exchanged panicked glances, stammering incoherently. Better not be lying, the officer warned. That's a felony. I smiled at them from the crowd. The others avoided eye contact, finally questioning the goddaughter story. No one in the village had ever heard of it. I can confirm the mayor wrote that certificate, I said. Everyone stared, shocked I was vouching for them. Jake and Amanda lit up with relief. I hadn't confirmed Amanda's claim, just the certificate's origin. Satisfied, the officer let them board. As the truck pulled away, Jake and Amanda wore smug grins. I kept a poker face, but inside, I seethed, letting them off the hook too easily. Better to let them taste success first, then pull the rug out from under them. In the city, everyone gawked at the sights. Amanda clung to Jake's arm, squealing, Jakey, I want that perfume. Sure. Let's. Jake froze. He wasn't the well-off factory man from his past life. He had no money. Jake turned to me, you pay. Excuse me? I scoffed. Because you almost got us kicked off the truck, he snarled. Before I could retort, Mike pulled me aside. Enough, we need to report to the factory. Don't waste time. The others chimed in, and Jake reluctantly dropped it. Amanda played peacemaker. It's okay, Jakey. I don't need it. This only made Jake more protective. He shoved me roughly, behave. As they walked past, Amanda smirked at me. Sucks to be you. At the textile factory, Amanda rushed to submit her letter first. As she passed, she whispered, Your dead daddy's still useful. Tell him thanks for me. We'll see if you still feel that way, I gritted out. Amanda flaunted a new watch. Jakey bought this for me. Know where your annual pension went? To keep me fed. He says I deserve luxury, you deserve scraps. Hatred surged in me. No wonder Amanda always looked well-fed while others starved. She'd been living off my war hero pension. The factory manager inspected our documents, brow furrowing deeper. Amanda laughed at my tense expression. Jake shot me warning looks. But he couldn't stop what was coming. Reporters crowded the factory entrance. Amanda pushed to the front, flipping her hair and forcing a brave smile for the cameras. "Hi. I'm Sarah Smith. John Smith's daughter." The crowd gasped. John Smith, the hero who killed a dozen enemies and blew up a tank? A hero's daughter. How inspiring. Amanda sniffled, fake tears in her eyes. "I've dreamed of coming here to honor my father's legacy and serve our country." Jake stood beside her, chest puffed up. My dad, the mayor, fought tirelessly to get Sarah in. Without us hitching a ride with the military, these war kids' dreams would have died. His glare toward me was clear, one word, and I'd regret it. Mike clenched his fists, but others held him back. "Think of your mom in the village," they hissed. Mike froze, defeated. A reporter thrust a mic at me. "Are you also a war hero's child?" "Yes," I said, staring at Amanda. She shoved me back, pinching my arm fiercely under the radar. She wanted all the limelight as John's daughter, not just a goddaughter. Jake pulled me aside, whispering threats. "Stop causing trouble. I'll marry you. I promise. Once we're settled, we'll file for marriage." The reporters looked confused by the drama. Amanda quickly lied. "Sorry. My cousin gets shy around crowds." The reporters lost interest, and I stepped back to watch. "Keep digging," I thought. "The higher you climb, the harder you fall." Amanda preened for the cameras, spinning tales of poverty and resilience as a hero's daughter. Just then, the factory manager stormed out, face livid, flanked by security. I smirked. Showtime. The manager's gaze locked onto Amanda and Jake. Voice firm. "Follow me to my office. Please." Amanda's smile faltered. She clutched Jake's hand, trembling. Jake panicked, instinctively glancing at me. I smiled sweetly back. A dread settled in Jake's gut, but he forced calm. "Is something wrong, sir? Are you misunderstanding us? Our papers are legitimate, you can't." "Legitimate?" The manager slammed the letters on the desk. "You forged documents and posed as war heroes' children." Amanda and Jake went deathly pale. The crowd erupted in gasps. Reporters raised cameras, scrambling for shots. Amanda shook her head wildly. "No. I'm his goddaughter. That counts as family." Jake wiped sweat. "Still lying. This is slander." "Sir, The manager cut him off. "The military district has investigated. You two had an affair. Abused your mayor father's power for spots. Despicable." At military district, Amanda collapsed. Legs weak. "I just wanted to move to the city. I didn't mean." Jake spun to me, roaring. "Lila, you did this. You set us up." I hid behind a reporter, feigning fear. I couldn't let strangers steal my father's legacy. Reporters erupted again. "You're John Smith's real daughter? Disgusting. They should go to prison." Just then, police entered. "You're under arrest for forgery, defamation of a hero, and more. Come with us." Amanda broke down, wailing. "It was Jake. I had no idea." Jake stared, horrified, as Amanda threw him under the bus. "Amanda, are you insane?" She avoided his gaze, crying. "He forced me. He obsessed over me. Made me come with him." Even I froze, stunned. Mike spat, "Slut." Jake snapped. The love of 2 lifetimes had betrayed him. He lunged for her, but police held him back. As they dragged him away, Jake shouted, You can't arrest me. My letter's real, I'm Lila's fiancé. I shook my head, smiling. Jake, why would I marry you now? You love me. You always have. He clung to me desperately. I shoved him off, that was before I died. The engagement's over. Jake's pupils dilated. Others didn't understand died, but we did. No. I didn't mean to kill you. I was angry. He rambled. Broken. Reporters swarmed. Microphones in their faces. Why impersonate a hero's child? Is the affair true? How do you justify hurting a hero's family? Amanda screamed as police hauled her away. Don't take me. I don't want to go to jail. Jake stared blankly as they cuffed him. Sirens blared, carrying them away. The crowd cheered. My peers approached. Silent support in their pats. This was just the beginning of their punishment. The chaos settled. Mike and I joined the factory. By day, I worked in the workshop. By night, I compiled evidence by lamplight. For years, the Wilsons had stolen my pension, occupied my home and land. They'd raised me using my own money while renting out their house for profit. I documented every corruption of Jake's mayor father. 3 months later, the workshop supervisor called me to his office. A uniformed old man sat inside. I recognized him from Grandpa's photos, General Carter. My father's mentor. Uncle Carter, I said. In my past life, he'd favored Jake because of me. My recent whistleblower letters had reached him. He looked up, eyes soft with guilt. I've read your reports. Lila, you've suffered. I choked up, I just want justice. He nodded, tears in his eyes. You're right to demand it. I trusted the Wilsons to care for you. I was wrong. With his authority, the investigation concluded swiftly. The Wilsons' crimes, pension theft, illegal property seizure, were exposed. The mayor was fired and imprisoned. With General Carter's help, my home, land, and money were returned. At last, my heart stilled. 10 years later, I was a renowned entrepreneur, invited back to the village. I spoke to young people about perseverance. The new mayor was honest, hardworking. Villagers greeted me warmly. I toured the town. Mud brick houses had become modern villas. A public square bustled with laughing children. Afterward, the mayor pulled me aside. Hesitant. Should tell you, Jake and Amanda got back together after prison. I raised an eyebrow. Their faces were already fading in my memory. How are they? I asked, almost curious about strangers. The mayor sighed. Jake's a wreck. Drunk all day. Beats her. Rants about being a factory big shot. Pals with generals. Pathetic. Amanda nags nonstop. They fought so bad 6 months ago. She miscarried. I nodded. Indifferent. Once, I'd hated them with every fiber. Now, just echoes of a past life. The next day, at dawn, I wandered alone through the village. As I reached the west end, 2 familiar yet faded figures came into view. Jake Wilson and Amanda Moore. Jake looked haggard, hunched back. Streaks of gray in his hair. Clothes yellowed and threadbare. Gone was the cocky factory man from my past life. Amanda stood across from him, hands on hips, screaming. Her clothes were wrinkled, dirty, reeking of neglect. Her voice pierced the air. Regret it now? Heard Lila's back. And you're obsessed? Too late, she wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Shut up. Jake shoved her off, eyes flashing with rage before dulling into resignation. I know I don't deserve her. Scumbags like me deserve to rot with trash like you. Oh, poor Jake, so pathetic she dumped you for a loser like me. They traded insults, blind to me watching from afar. Suddenly, Jake looked up. Our eyes met, and he froze. Amanda followed his gaze, face draining as she staggered back. Lila. Jake stammered. I nodded faintly, turning to leave. Amanda gritted her teeth and charged after me, jealousy burning in her eyes. Happy now? You ruined my life. Your greed and lies did that, I said, staring her down. Before she could retort, Jake yanked her back roughly. He shot her a warning look, then turned to me, face crumpling with regret. Lila. I was wrong. These years have been hell. I'm so sorry. Divorce Amanda? We can start over, I'll treat you right this time. Before I could respond, Amanda slapped him hard. Jake retaliated instantly, sending her flying. Blood pooled between her legs. Another miscarriage? I gasped and ran to fetch help. As I left, Jake stood there indifferent, even kicking her as she wailed. Good riddance to that bastard. I know you've been screwing the old widower for rice, kid's not even mine. Her screams and his curses echoed through the empty West End. By the time the mayor's team arrived, I was already gone. I heard later the baby hadn't survived. When the old widower heard, he stormed over, sobbing, and fought Jake. They tried to kill each other. Jake, weak from alcohol and laziness, lost badly, even got his genitals crushed in the fight. Back home, I sat in the yard, staring at my book. The old hatred and pain felt distant now. No pity for Jake and Amanda, they'd earned their misery. I'd clawed my way out of that darkness through sheer grit. My future stretched bright ahead. A breeze rustled the leaves, like Grandpa and Dad whispering their approval. I stood up, tears falling, finally at peace.